Next on the Shield, a well-known Valpo professor is saying goodbye to our community.
Plus, winter weather. How does the university prepare, and what do you need to know should a closing happen?
On this Wednesday to you, Valparaiso, these colors are not lying. We actually made it above 50 degrees today. We're talking about sunny skies, above average temperatures, and I am introducing some rain into the forecast. I'll have more on that later, but right now, this edition of The Shield starts.
Thank you for joining us on The Shield. I'm Max Grover.
And I'm Katie Byrne.
Joachim Professor and Chair Nunez is leaving his position. After 3 years of service at Valparaiso University, Nunez accepted a position as president of Concordia College, New York. His wife and associate director of OMP, Monique Nunez, will also be leaving VU to take a position as the director of international programming at Martin Luther School in New York. VUTV spoke to Professor Nunez about his new position and his reaction to leaving Valpo.
It's a bittersweet decision. You know, I was at Valparaiso for too short amount of time, in my opinion. There's lots of things I wanted to do, but I'm also excited and energized, and I embrace the opportunity that stands.
Professor Nunez will begin his presidency during the 2016-2017 school year. And you may notice an easy access out of University Drive onto Lincoln Way Highway. The city of Valparaiso will be installing a full functioning traffic signal. It is expected to be up and running by the end of January. The traffic signal will have the same design as the traffic lights in downtown Valpo.
We saw some impressive snowfalls right before Thanksgiving break. Whether you're thankful or upset that classes haven't been canceled due to inclement weather, we wanted to find out who makes the call to close the university. Shield reporter Kyle Brown went to Kretzman Hall to find out.
When a snowstorm looms, students across campus begin checking their email to find out if the university has closed and if classes have been canceled. But what goes on in the administrative side of things when that decision needs to be made? I sat down with Vice President Susan Scroggins to find out more.
Between our students and our faculty, especially Professor Wolf, we converse with them constantly when we know that there's some bad weather coming. When students are on campus, we never close campus, and that's because we have to continue to feed and care for the students that are here on campus.
A number of criteria can cancel or delay classes.
One factor would be a snow blizzard, right? If we know a blizzard is forecast, that would be a criteria for canceling or delaying classes. Really frigid temperatures and no snow. Ice storms could be a reason. So it really varies, and that's why we have to kind of watch closely what all the factors are.
A number of people contribute to the cancellation conversation.
I'm the one that's responsible to have the initial conversation with Professor Wolf and or folks, our BUPD, and even with our facilities people. So I'll make a recommendation to the provost, but he makes the final call.
Is there any chance of a cancellation this year?
A quiet, nice, warmer, not as much snow winter. Yeah.
Weather experts are predicting a mild winter here across the Great Lakes region, but should winter weather take a turn for the worst, the university will be ready. Reporting outside OP Kretzman Hall for The Shield, I'm Kyle Brown.
Have you had to go all the way to Chicago to get a great skating experience during the winter? Well, Valparaiso has a new ice rink downtown. Shield reporter Andrew Whitmire has the story.
Well, downtown Valparaiso has a new and fun tradition for both the holiday season and also the winter season. Ice skating is brand new this year at the William E. Urschel Pavilion and is ready just in time for the holiday season. Valparaiso Parks Director John Siebert said,
This whole vision of a downtown park started with the mayor and a lot of people that were interested in wanting to have an anchor for the downtown.
Ice skating will be taking place from Thanksgiving weekend until spring break in March. All day passes are sold for $5 and are good for the entire day. Skates can also be rented for just $3. The hours for the rink vary throughout the week and winter season. The new ice skating rink in downtown Valparaiso features a refrigeration unit. This allows the park to remain open and allow skaters onto the ice up to 60-degree air temperature. The ice itself is 1 inch to 1.5 inches deep. With the Urschel Pavilion, it allows the ice rink to remain covered from sunlight and weather conditions. The total cost for the William E. Urschel Pavilion and the Indiana Beverage Activities Building totaled over $6 million. Director John Siebert said half the money for this pavilion was donated through the private funds for the project. The Urschel family itself donated $3 million for the facility. Now the space which the ice skating rink sits on can be used as a multi-purpose space once the skating season is over. Reporting for The Shield, I'm Andrew Whitmire.
Well, it wasn't really ice skating type of weather today. What's the weather look like, Brendan?
You know, Max and Katie, it has been a little bit on the warm side. I know that that ice rink can actually stay open if it makes it at least as cold as 60 degrees, so we are okay on that. I want to take you and look at this picture right now that I was able to snap right before our broadcast tonight. Check out these nice pink and orange colors. You know, we got a lot of dust and dirt being kicked up from the south, and that's really what's causing this. The sun is refracting off of those particles by the time it sets, so we are getting just absolutely gorgeous sunsets over the last couple of days. It's all because of these temperatures. We managed to reach about 54 degrees today, well above average, and we broke that record high temperature of 52 degrees set all the way back in 1999. We'll dip down to a low of about 38, still above that average low of about 23. So we will continue the warm trend. I am looking at the potential for some rain and maybe a clap of thunder this weekend, but I'll have more on that later in the program. Max and Katie, back to you guys.
Next on The Shield, President Obama addressed the American people from the Oval Office for the third time since 2008.
Plus, the Chicago Police Department has caught the eye of the U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch. A federal investigation is in the works.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's a better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it... If dying young won't change your mind, baby, right.
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music on air, online, and on campus. WVUR is my jam.
For just the third time in his presidency, President Barack Obama addressed the country from the Oval Office during prime time. He laid out a strategy for taking on Islamic State terrorists both around the world and at home. But the president also focused on relieving the nerves of the American people. After the mass shooting in San Bernardino, the president offered his take on dealing with the terrorist threat.
Our success won't depend on tough talk or abandoning our values or giving in to fear. That's what groups like ISIL are hoping for. Instead, we will prevail by being strong and smart, resilient and relentless, and by drawing upon every aspect of American power.
In the wake of the deadly San Bernardino gun rampage, President Obama and others renewed calls for tougher gun control. Obama pointed out that people on the no-fly list can't board a plane, but can buy a gun. Hillary Clinton refuted that example, citing that one reason gun laws should be strengthened. Republican presidential candidate Senator Marco Rubio disagrees with that argument. He explained his position yesterday to CNN's Jake Tapper.
Because the majority of the people on the no-fly list are oftentimes people that basically just have the same name as somebody else who don't belong on the no-fly list. Former Senator Kennedy, Ted Kennedy, once said he was on a no-fly list. I mean, there are journalists on the no-fly list. There are others involved on the no-fly list that wind up there. These are everyday Americans that have nothing to do with terrorism. They wind up on the no-fly list. There's no due process or any way to get your name removed from it in a timely fashion. And now they're having their Second Amendment right being
Rubio's comments come after Senate Republicans blocked a Democratic measure meant to bar people on terrorism watch lists from buying firearms.
The Chicago Police Department will be undergoing a federal investigation to look at the department's track record with regard to civil rights and excessive force. U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch made the official announcement on Monday. Take a look.
The Department of Justice has opened an investigation into whether the Chicago Police Department has engaged in a pattern or practice of violations of the Constitution or federal law. Specifically, we will examine a number of issues related to the Chicago Police Department's use of force, including its use of deadly force, racial, ethnic, and other disparities in its use of force, and its accountability mechanisms.
The investigation has been welcomed by many local officials, including Mayor Rahm Emanuel and Illinois Governor Bruce Rayner. The investigation comes after new developments in the case of the shooting death of 17-year-old Laquan McDonald in October of 2014.
London police say they are treating an attack at an East London tube station as a terrorist incident. The Metropolitan Police say a man stabbed 3 people there before he was subdued with a stun gun and arrested. Some British media outlets say bystanders heard the man shout, "This is for Syria," during the attacks.
In other UK news, the Royal Armed Forces have been mobilized to help after high winds and heavy rain caused at least 1 death. Emergency response authorities have met to assess to the damage. Tens of thousands of people are now without power, and thousands of people in England and Scotland have been urged to evacuate their homes. Well, it's been pretty warm over the past couple days. Will the trend continue?
Storm Shield meteorologist Brendan Johnson tells us if the warmer weather is ahead.
On a campus plagued with terrible weather, Valpo students suffer from boredom with no motivation to leave their room. They begin to search for free movies and stumble upon Valpo's new free movie streaming website, where you get unlimited free access to recent movies like Despicable Me 2 and Jobs at the tips of your fingers. So if you're feeling bored, then don't wait. Grab some friends, find a seat, and enjoy a movie on movies.valpo.edu.
And welcome back to the Shield. You know, we've been crunching some numbers in the Storm Shield Weather Center this afternoon. You know, we broke the record high temperature for today. 54 degrees set out at the airport. That's 2 degrees above the record set back in 1999. The next 4 days, though, we could be seeing much of the same. We're looking for record-breaking high temperatures. And get this, this is the second warmest start to December on record over the last 10 years. The first 9 days of December averaging this year about 42.1 degrees. Back in 2006, average temperature was 52. So we are a little bit just below that, but we are the second warmest on record. I am predicting a little bit of an active weekend ahead. We're looking for some showers and even a clap of thunder, but I'll have more on that later in my forecast. Right now, though, temperatures across northwest Indiana, 46 here in Valparaiso, 45 in South Bend. You move across the state line into Chicago, 45. Notice the warmer temperatures off to the south. 50 degrees still at this hour in Springfield. That warmer weather has been surging into northwest Indiana, bringing us these unseasonably string of high temperatures. I want to take you through that right now. Looking at future temperatures, we will dive a few degrees this evening into the lower 40s, but check this out. Tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at about 55 here in Valpo, 56 in Gary, and if you go a little bit to the south, we are thinking we could manage to break the 60-degree mark. Again, overnight, we will keep those temperatures in the mid to lower 40s. Again, for Friday, by 5 p.m., we're still at 53 degrees. So this is going to be a little bit of a string as we move into the weekend. Taking a look at the radar, do we have any rain with this? Not for the next 24 to 48 hours, but we will a little bit later on. Clouds are really helping to seal these warmer temperatures in. We're under cloudy skies as we come into the day tomorrow. That clears out for the afternoon, leaving us with another potential gorgeous sunset tomorrow night. We'll build on those clouds overnight Thursday into Friday, so you'll wake up for that 9 a.m. class with those clouds in. Rain showers a potential into Friday night and into Saturday. We'll hold on to that chance of showers. Again, very spotty if you get under one of these, and of course we will keep those clouds in the picture. Tonight though, low of about 38 degrees under some cloudy skies, a little bit on the breezy side there, 15 miles per hour. 57 for the high temperature tomorrow under partly cloudy skies. Again, holding on to that unseasonably warm weather. Partly cloudy skies, winds out of the south-southwest at about 25 miles per hour. Checking out the 7-day forecast, we are holding on to this unseasonably mild weather. Saturday and Sunday, 61 degrees, 60 degrees there on Sunday. Now we do have to give a little bit of a trade-off though. We will be seeing some potential showers. I think Sunday, that's when we might see even a clap of thunder. We'll enter into finals week though, 47 degrees, keeping that chance of rain. Tuesday gives way to sunny skies, and then by the time we get back to Wednesday, we're looking at the dreary weather again with those colder temperatures. So you know guys, ice skating, I know college night is tomorrow at the downtown skating rink that we were talking about. It's $6 to get in total, $3 for the skates, $3 to actually do the skating. And it just has to be 60 degrees. That's the maximum temperature that they can have to keep it open. So we'll be watching that for the weekend. So.
I'm always disappointed that the nicer weather rolls around during finals time.
Yeah, and you know, I guess it might be a little bit dreary to keep people indoors and actually studying. So that might be a good thing.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Thanks, Brennan. After the break, Joey Clark has your full Crusaders sports update. Stick with us.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's the better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it... If dying young won't change your mind, baby,
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music on air, online, and on campus. WVUR.
Welcome back to The Shield. I'm Joey Clark with today's sports update. With both soccer seasons and the volleyball season coming to an end, basketball season is officially in full swing. Coming off their most disappointing game of the season at Ball State, the Crusaders welcomed a top mid-major program in Belmont to the Arc. In a game that was expected to be fast-paced, it didn't disappoint. Both teams combined to take 50 total three-point shots, with each team taking 25 apiece throughout this one. The Crusaders seemed to have control, although the score was always close. Valpo was led by Alec Peters, who had 17, and Keith Carter, who pitched in a pair of threes and 14 points. For Belmont, the Bruins had 4 players in double figures, led by Craig Bradshaw, who had 12. The win took the Crusaders' record to 7-2, with their next contest coming at Indiana State on Wednesday. The Sycamores will enter Wednesday's contest at 3-4. One of the big questions for the Crusaders will be whether or not Tavon Walker is available, as he has missed 2 straight games with an injury. Apart from Walker, the Crusaders are healthy, as David Scarra returned from injury and played a full role in this one. Following a tough 0-5 start to the season, the women's basketball team had a solid chance to pick up their first win when they hosted Cardinals Stritch this past Monday. Valpo controlled the game from the opening stretch, taking a lead and never looking back. Heading into halftime, the Crusaders were up 27-25, led by Jasmine Walker, who scored 10 in the first half. The second half was also capped off by Haley Thompson, who came off the bench to add another 16 points to the winning effort. The Crusaders take their first win of the season by a score of 63-62. The Crusaders are back in action Wednesday at home against the 3-4 Zips of Akron as part of their 5-game homestand. Tip-off for Wednesday's game is at 7 p.m. For the rest of your Valparaiso sports news, check out valpoathletics.com.
Definitely a lot of sports going on right now.
Yep, basketball is on right now, and they are doing pretty well. Men's, they were named as a bracket buster today, so by NCAA.com. And the women got their first win, so good to see that.
Excellent.
Hopefully they can kick on and get a few more.
Good time to start making your bracket, too. Thank you, Joey. We'll be right back with a final look at your weather forecast.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's the better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it...
If dying young won't change your mind, baby.
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music on air, online, and on campus. WVUR is my jam.
With Christmas right around the corner, we couldn't help but partake in the celebration here on campus. Our very own Will Haney was out and about last Thursday and has the unique story to share.
As the end of the semester wraps up amidst projects, papers, and exams, students, faculty, and staff came together last Thursday to officially kick off this holiday season. I spoke to a handful of individuals about their plans.
What are you going to tell Santa?
I'm gonna tell him I want lots of American Girl dolls.
Lots of American Girl dolls? Okay, well, I will put in a good word for you. Are you going to, circumnavigate the globe?
Unlike some people, I work on Christmas.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then pretty much the day after, I'm thinking of going to Boca.
Okay, Boca. Is he a good boss?
He's an excellent boss.
That's good. Does he give you guys cookies for bonuses or candy?
All the time.
All the time?
He won't give us the chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh, he saves those.
Yes.
Mrs. Claus specialty. He's the only one that gets that.
Yep.
Would you believe that I sat on Santa's lap?
Yes.
I did. You're never too old to sit on Santa's lap, right?
Right.
Students also participated in Alpha Phi Omega's Jingle Jog. Proceeds raised during the run went to Hilltop Neighborhood House in Valparaiso. The university tree lighting followed, which was President Mark Heckler's first public campus appearance after his hip surgeries. During an opening welcome, he told students how grateful he was to be standing on his own 2 feet, and he reminded students of the true meaning behind the Christmas season. All in all, the 2015 tree lighting was one to remember.
With all the holiday traditions here at Valpo, it's my hope that you make the most of them. Good luck on finals, and I'll see you in January. For The Shield, I'm Will Haney.
Shifting gears now to a final look at weather. Brendan, How's the rest of the week shaping up?
You know, Max, it is looking a little bit on the warm side, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. 57 as you come tomorrow under partly cloudy skies. Friday looks pretty mild, and then, you know what, we're going to have to take a trade-off over the weekend. We're going to introduce some rain, but we are keeping the high temperatures just above the 60-degree mark both Saturday and Sunday. I think the best chance of maybe a clap of thunder would be Sunday for those Met majors that are thirsty for some severe weather. Monday and Tuesday, though, into finals week, looking a little bit on the dreary side, and then Wednesday, we'll get to a high of around 42 degrees. So it was good that Will Haney got out before any of this happened.
Yeah.
And so I think the campus has really been enjoying this warmer weather.
The Christmas trees always look so nice. I mean, I'm missing the snow, but they still look beautiful and they stand out at nighttime.
Yeah, I think the snow, I think we can do without it. You know, putting the sand down, I think it's a little too early. So
Hopefully we still get it by Christmas, though.
Oh,
yes.
Hoping for
beautiful.
white Christmas.
Hopefully.
Well, from everyone here at VUTV, we want to wish you a happy holidays and we hope you enjoyed the Shield broadcast.